I got a good video today. Real good video. I think his name is Sean C. Live. This is a great video that I'm going to watch. It's centered around rap fatigue. And I want to give my commentary on this because he says some things that I totally disagree with, and he says some things that I disagree with. Well, totally disagree with. And he says some things that I agree with. And yeah, we need to have this conversation. So let's get to it. All right, man, Toy Talk, you know what it is, man. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Also, too, if you want to donate, right there. If you don't, just let you here, it's cool. Love you for being here with me. Thank y'all for checking me about chewing my gum. You know what I'm saying? I didn't realize I was chewing that gum in the camera like that. I forgot. I thought I had the microphone on mute. So I apologize about that. Also, too, man, go subscribe to Toy Talk After Hours. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat, baby. All the fellas, y'all know the finals the ones that no harassing. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm here, King of the North. Make sure, you know, you do your thing. Also, too, this week, maybe Sunday, I'm going to drop the first nomination with the nominees of the award show that the King is doing, baby. Yes. Yes. So I'm doing a up and coming streamer awards, up and coming YouTuber awards. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give people awards, and the winner, I'm going to give them a cash prize. You already know what it is. So make sure y'all tap in for that. January 1st, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be doing a live, and all you have to do is tap in. You know what I'm saying? And watch. And I'm going to go through all of the awards and who's the winner. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let's get it, man. Thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. All right, man. So let's get it, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Black content creators, hear me and hear me well. And the person that sent me this, I understand, but like, y'all gotta stop entertaining shit like this. In the sense that, like, and granted, I haven't seen the video, but like, we all know why. Rap fatigue is racism. I wouldn't say that. I think people too often mirror everything that they see within rap or hip hop culture and say that this is all also, we gotta have a conversation about black people too. I feel like you can definitely have a conversation or a discourse about rap. I don't believe in rap fatigue, just like I don't believe in black fatigue. But what I was saying about like black content creators interacting with, you know, ideologies like this and giving weight to them and offering a center stage on their platform with to over 500,000 people. Blackie Speaks did the same thing when it came to black fatigue, and actually trying to give some level of understanding or weight to the argument was just like, what the fuck are you doing? You realize that this make you look, you know, kind of crazy, right?
All right, so how do I feel about black fatigue and rap fatigue? I'll put it to you like this, man. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We all tired of niggas. But does that mean that's black fatigue? No, because niggas don't represent black people. Niggas represent niggas. That's just the bottom line. Everybody's tired of niggas, just like everybody's tired of trailer park trash. Same thing. You know what I'm saying? But as far as rap fatigue goes, that's a very interesting one to me, because I think a lot of us, and you know, the crazy thing is, I was actually talking to, I was in the store, and I don't know why I started talking to this Caucasian girl. And we was standing in line for something, and it took us a little while. So she was behind me. I don't know how we got on the conversation of thing, but it seems to me like every time I talk to white people, and it's no disrespect to white people, I'm just being honest. Every time I talk to white people, I always feel like they come into the conversation with a level of they know black things around black. How would I say this? Not ideology, but they know They know the black experience more than black people. You know what I'm saying? And every time I talk to them, it's kind of like that's what they do. They kind of like, but she had a very good conversation. It was give and take conversation. We was going back and forth or whatever. But I noticed that the way she framed it, the way she framed our conversation, not our conversation, but the way she framed black people was kind of like we were like kind of like helpless in a way. You know what I'm saying? And because she said something about, you got to understand. She said, the thing is, what white people don't understand is black people go through a lot, right? And she said, black people go through a lot because if they don't have a license, then they drive a car and then they get pulled over and then they get their license suspended, or they don't ever have a license. She was just making a bunch of excuses. Well, I'll put it to you like this. To most people that would say that that's excuses, but she was saying that, well, this is a part of a level of what we go through that we kind of need to survive, right? This is what she was saying. The point I'm making is with what I'm saying about what he's saying is not all of us go through that, but the way she framed it was like all black people. So it's the same thing with rap, right? Kendrick Lamar is different. He's different from Lil Durk. But most people who don't know rap, when they hear Kendrick Lamar as a rap artist, they put everybody under the same umbrella, which is cool, but they don't understand that there's different, I want to say denominations, but that's crazy. There's different subgenres within the genre. Hip hop is the only genre that have subgenres within the genre, and there's a reason for that. And I'm going to explain that in a second, but I didn't want to take up too much time. I know it was a little jumbly to get to that point, but sorry. I mean, I got to get the gears going. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to do that. You know, I just don't like for it to be given any kind of weight, or that it's something that should be believed, or something that you should, you know, really try to formulate an articulate opinion against, because the idea of it in itself is ludicrous. It's ridiculous.
Rap is an art form. You are supposed to be saying something. When I hear y'all music, y'all don't be saying nothing.
Rap is cool and all, but it's getting outplayed, bro. It talk about hoes, money, killing. Bro, I don't want to hear that every day, bro. I am
Bro, we got people like that are making these stories as if like they've been physically and personally attacked by the music that they're listening to, the music they choose to listen to, by the way.
Bring back real music videos with real creativity.
The whole time they never went anywhere.
I've been noticing something off about rap music lately, and I'm not a music critic, okay? We're not about to sit here and talk about mumble rap.
Listen to different
artists, WTF.
We got Ice Spice as the first person being referenced. 21 Savage.
Here and talk about
great song that she's referencing, by the way.
Mumble rap or
Iggy Azalea.
Flows. What we're getting.
Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion. You have access, and it's bad. Don't get me wrong. It's the worst thing in the world, but also the best thing for people that are actively looking for new music to listen to. You are.
This is exactly what I've been saying, right? People who make these videos, they don't use the proper representation. And I was talking to a white girl who generalized black people by basically saying that in a way she wasn't being how would I say this? She wasn't being disrespectful, but she generalized black people and put us in this box as if all of us don't have licenses and all of us are doing things to survive. This was she was kind of like alluding to. When you see black content creators do stuff like this, not him, the female, doing stuff like this, where she's saying there is a pattern in rap music, when you notice that all of the big rappers, let's be clear here, I want y'all to understand something and hear me when I say this. And I'm gonna include Drake into this too, right? Even though Drake is a doodle ball, I'm gonna have to include him into this because I would definitely say Drake makes better music than all of the people that she named. So let's just get that out the way real quick. You know what I'm saying? Even his trash stuff to me is better than the music that these people that she named. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, that's just what it is. Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Drake, Nas, Jay-Z, Eminem. These are all the guys that I would say is still active, that's at the top of the game, right? They're at the top of the game. Everybody else, you can make an argument that they could be somewhere around there, but they're not at the, we say maybe NBA Youngboy, but outside of that, all of these people are at the top of the game. They control the game. When you reference people like this, that lets me know that you're deliberately pushing that out there to make it seem like hip hop, just like the white girl did when she generalized everybody. You making it seem like this is what hip hop is based around. The Clips just put out a classic album and they got nominated for Album of the Year. Outside of Kendrick and Tyler the Creator, I forgot him too. Tyler the Creator. Then you had what's his name? Your boy. Acid Rap Boy, you know what I'm talking. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Chance the Rapper, he dropped the album. Wale just dropped the album. All of these artists, and when y'all make these videos, y'all particularly push this narrative onto the whole hip hop genre as if Ice Spice was nominated for Hip Hop Album of the Year or Album of the Year. She hasn't been nominated for nothing. So how are you even saying there is a particular thing about hip hop and this will be? Y'all are pushing the ideology of it. I hope this is what he's saying. I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. That's what I seen. So let's keep it going.
In the best era, I don't care what anyone tells you, whether you're a hip hop fan, a pop fan, indie folk, whatever it is that you listen to, you're in the era where you can find anything instantly. Instantly. You don't need to go to a library to find out who made this. You don't need to go to a record shop to find out when this came out. You can, and you will find things that aren't available on streaming. You will find music that aren't, readily available online. You will. But for the most part, even almost the most obscure shit you can find somewhere on a streaming platform. You're in that era. This is the greatest time in the world to be a hip hop fan. Period. So
that's a fact. That's a fact. He ain't never lie about that. If you want to find something, you can. I'll put it to you like this, and I'll be honest with y'all. This is the greatest time to be alive. I'm gonna be straight with y'all. This is the greatest time to be alive. You can do whatever you want right now. And what I mean by I'm talking legally, not illegally. I'm talking legally. You could do whatever you want. As long as you put your mind to it, you can literally start a business tomorrow or today if you wanted to. You could start one today. You could get AI to start a business for you right now. Right now. You could do it. This is the greatest time to be alive. If anybody say, well, I don't know, and this and that, nah, bro. Nah, bro. This is the greatest time to be alive. Maybe you ain't using the resources you have to the maximum ability that you can use them to. So he's absolutely right about that. When you say, oh, this hip hop, they're feeding us. No, you don't have to even, the algorithm goes to where it puts you in a place where you want to be. 9 times out of 10, I am not going to see, and don't get me wrong, I think country music is okay. I'm not hating on country music. I'm not going to see country music because I'm always looking up things about hip hop or anything hip hop centered around hip hop. So the algorithm's not going to push me into country music. Why would it do that? Maybe it might pop up once in a while. It might now because I'm talking about it, but it might pop up once in a while. But still, y'all understand exactly what I'm saying. It pushes you into where you want to be. A lot of y'all deliberately type stuff in and y'all start to follow these people and it keeps you right there. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong. Listen, Ice Spice ain't a representation of hip hop. She's just a gorgeous woman. She just ain't, and to me, she ain't a representation of hip hop. I won't never use Ice Spice as a representation of hip hop. I'm sorry. They just won't. If somebody said you like Ice Spice, yeah, she's pretty. That's it. I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, I look to Ice Spice to get my hip hop, my classic hip hop from. Like, come on, come on now.
Listening to niggas that are listening to hip hop and rap music casually give a perspective on something that they don't even dive into. I can't take you serious when you say things like that, when there's more than alternatives to everything that you're asking for.
We already know what it's gonna sound like, and not just in the beat or the music, but in the meaning or the lack of.
For the most part, hip hop is the only genre out of every popular record or every popular genre that gets this criticism.
Yes.
The only
Oh
one
my
that
God,
needs-
bro. I've been saying this for a long time, bro. I've been saying this for years. We are the only genre that gets criticized. It's like we have to have something to say every time. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for having something to say. But the thing is, you can't use that against us. Listen, bro, the whole reason why, and I'll explain it now. The only reason why we have subgenres is for that reason. Some people like certain type of rap. Rap is such a multifaceted a genre that you can't really put it in one box. If it is in one box, it has to be a bunch of different versions of it because so many people do it differently. Let's just say R&B usually is one way, right? And I would say you may sing, your vocals might sound different, but usually it's based around the same flow. You know what I'm saying? I believe Mary J. Blige and a couple of artists came in when they started playing with the vocal flows. Vocal flows are different from rap flows, but they didn't really do that. People just, if you sing you sound so angelic. You sing like Whitney Houston, I will always love you. You know what I'm saying? I can't sing, but you know what I'm saying, right? Right? Whitney Houston sing, all these people sing whatever, right? It was based around that. With hip hop, there's people who listen to things and they put words together differently. So automatically it was going to become a thing where the genre was going to split and start to do different things because rappers don't rap the same. It's different. So when people say stuff like, oh, well, the lack of the meaning of stuff, you have to understand. And I hate to say it like this, but some of us don't really care if you kick in knowledge. Some people do. But that's the whole reason why we have subgenres. Turn up music is not the same as backpack music when it comes to rap. It's not the same. And I'll dig some more into that. Let's keep going.
Be articulate. The only one that needs to be good in every sense of the word. You can't have a bad rap song that comes out and the entire genre not get blamed for it. You can't have a bad apple or a bad seed of a rapper do something in the entire genre and not have a discussion about the black community and how they need to reflect on their internal trauma before they come back out and present themselves to white folks. You can't have a conversation about the demographic that consumes this content the most. I'm sure there's going to be a talking point somewhere in this video about how much harm this does to the black community.
Now I want to say this before you keep going, because there's gonna be a lot of stops, before I forget my train of thought. The reason why they do this is because they want, and this goes for people like her, and I don't know her personally. I'm just saying her ideology. Obviously, she has the ideology of it because she's making a video about it. They want hip hop. It's her and certain white people or white people, whatever. Not all white people, because all white people, some white people like some white people like hip hop more than we do. Let's just be real. You know what I'm saying? You see those concerts that Kendrick did over there, it was going crazy. So I think that what it is they wanted to have a proper representation. Let's say country music don't have this stain on it where a country artist is doing things that people are not proud of, right? But hip hop does have these artists that gets promoted, that's out there, and don't necessarily have to be promoted. They out there and they do these things, right? When they say that hip hop isn't this, they're looking at the degenerate part of hip hop. But you notice that the biggest artists in the world are not degenerates. Maybe one of them is. You know what I'm saying? But the biggest artists in hip hop history, they're not degenerates. They're not. I could go down the list. They're not degenerates. The biggest hip hop artist in history is not degenerates. But you see, they use these degenerates to make content. They push this narrative on all hip hop, and they shouldn't do that, because I could get out here and say, well, Morgan Wallen, he did some things that questionably could be racist. So you know what? All country music is like that. Can't do that. They don't do that to them. I honestly say we don't do that to them, but we get that done to us because they listen to Ice Spice and they see her on TV and they say, damn. And I hate to use Ice Spice. Let me use somebody else. They use the artist that, you know, that they think is a degenerate on TV, and they're like, damn, look at this, is hip hop music. You see this? And it's not fair.
Also not acknowledging that white people are the consumers of the content that she's complaining about right now. They make up majority of the people that go to the shows, majority of these rappers' listeners, but the music that they make is somehow detrimental to black folks. We don't have these conversations about pop music. We don't have these conversations about country music, about rock music, about metal music, mainstream. We don't have these conversations about nothing else. You know why? Because these niggas don't listen to nothing else. They'll say, oh yeah, nah, rap need to do X, Y, Z. Why ain't they doing this? Why ain't they doing that? I'ma just keep listening to these same niggas, also not dive into it, and also not have these same criticisms for any other genre that has the exact same problems that any genre in the mainstream would have.
We're overlooked, underfunded, and almost forgotten.
This is Harlem, a place almost everybody has heard of.
How raw though? Oh my fucking god! This the context.
So in these places where people didn't have much, but they still had something to say, rap became the voice that mainstream media never cared to give them.
I love how ancient they'll like present these videos, as if this exact style of hip hop is not being made.
See, the issue that I run into is a lot of y'all are, I hate to say this, but a lot of y'all are mild race hustlers. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. That's just what it is. A lot of y'all are mild race hustlers. Not saying y'all full race hustlers, but a lot of y'all are mild race hustlers. Let's be clear here. What she's showing right now is not a representation of what's going on right now. Like, show what's going on right now. Don't show things from the 60s where we were decimated. Show what's going on right now. Show what's going on right now. Show the black suburban people. Show things like that. Show the rappers who actually who were born rich or born into money and are out here representing like they were from the streets. Show rappers that are actually models, but they're claiming they're street dudes. Well, they might be street dudes, but they're still models. You know what I'm saying? The climate has changed, and a lot of these people, they want the people who don't know hip hop to believe that this is exactly what it still is. We have advanced as a people. Maybe we still might have some stragglers there, some niggas there, but ultimately we figured it out. Not all the way, but we figured it out. We cover all bases. Look at most of our cities are ran by black people. Most of the cities are ran by black people. We had a black president. We figured it out somewhat, not all of it, but we figured most of it out. So when you got people who constantly promote this old ideology as if that's what it is, Kendrick Lamar is the biggest rapper in the world. He's a conscious rapper on top. He's the biggest artist in the world. He's bigger than Drake. For some reason, I can even say Drake. Drake's not a street dude. He's not a street dude. J. Cole's not a street dude. These are all figures who didn't come from, well, maybe Kendrick. But outside of that, look where he's at. He never had to do anything nefarious to get to where he's at. But again, this is the ideology that they want to promote to us. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. People have their right to say what they want. That's fine. I just disagree. I think that we are much more than what you're betraying right now. That's just me.
You finding something like this that was made in 2025 is higher than you finding a drill song. But they'll reform it and recontextualize it as if, oh shit, nah, we're all the real rappers. I think our point is that mainstream hip hop is not in this vein anymore. Yeah, because it's been commercialized. So what do you do as a listener who claims to still be a fan of the genre that you have any type of allegiance to or like or know and love? What do you do when you don't see it as readily or as publicly available? Do you continue to rely on the system that basically pimps out the genre that was meant to give power to the voiceless?
That speaks to what he just said. That actually speaks to a bigger problem that I think most people are not paying attention to. Remember, back in the 90s, we were anti-industry. We hated, not anti-industry. We didn't like industry music, right? We wanted to be original because we felt like the industry was pushing you to do something that they felt as though they did. Because let's be clear here. Most fans back in the day didn't like industry rappers because they looked at industry rappers as pop rappers. Like, oh, you went pop. That's why people had a real big problem with Jay-Z and when he did the Annie song. It's Hard Knock Life for it. Oh, he's playing on Q102. Oh, he commercial now. People had a problem with Big when Big did Hypnotize. You know what I'm saying? Hop, seeking through the average like this. Oh man, this sound too up tempo. That's what it was because we were so used to the underground. Fast forward, hip hop becomes the biggest genre in the world. It flips. So now people are looking to the industry to give you something that is let's say worthy of what the underground used to be. People stuck with Drake and everybody around Drake for years. Wayne, all these people. Kendrick was in there too, but Drake was at the forefront. He was doing music that was hip hop or rap or whatever you want to call it, but it was industry based. So people got used to that. Now, y'all think that that's all rap is, but there's one guy, Kendrick Lamar, who went to another level of being a hip hop artist. And because he's in the industry now, y'all are looking at him like he's just like everybody else, but he's not. Kendrick Lamar actually is he's a kind of an enigma. He's kind of how would I say this? He's kind of a special type of artist, right? And I'm not saying that, I'm not trying to be a glazer or anything. I'm just being honest. The reason why I say that he's a special type of artist is because Kendrick Lamar is hip hop and he's popular. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't get me wrong. You had artists that was hip hop that was popular as well, but not as big as him. You know what I'm saying? I think that there was some type of compromise in there somewhere, but he's a pure artist that's hip hop. That to me is very, very telling. You could try to pull out other people and say, well, this person is like that. Well, what about Tupac? What about Biggie? No, they was never big as Kendrick. You can say whatever you want. I don't care. Kendrick Lamar was bigger than Biggie and Tupac. He's bigger than Biggie and Tupac. Biggie and Tupac never did a stadium. They could never do a stadium. I'm just being honest, and no disrespect to them. I'm just saying. So we don't glorify that. We start to look for things about other artists to say hip hop is dying or it fell off. When you got the Clips, Tyler the Creator and Kendrick Lamar being nominated for Album of the Year. Like the ideology has been pushed by both sides. I'm talking like from people who love hip hop and people who hate hip hop. That ideology is being pushed right now.
Do you continue to rely on that system to give you and feed you music, or do you make content or make points and assertions about the genre as a whole, talking about how they're not spawning new people to listen to? I feel like the option is very obvious for a person that finds themselves in that position. You could say a couple rappers sold hip hop out in its point. You could say that. You could also say, okay, let me look elsewhere.
As more ears were able to experience rap, that's when things started to change. Fast forward to the 90s, and rap had started to grow from a neighborhood sound to a cultural movement.
I wonder when she's going to, or if there's going to be a point here where we talk about the integration of different cultures within hip hop beyond a certain point. When we started to look much different as a hip hop based community. After a certain someone's began to label themselves as rappers and were the highest selling within the genre for a point in time, and then you were seeing a whole new face in the crowd.
I really mean this with no shade at all, but don't y'all get tired of rapping about like drugs and drinking? It's the same topics like every single time. Don't y'all be living?
Take these fucking headphones and plug them into a computer that has access to the internet so you can search through a bunch of records and albums where there are plenty of artists that are talking about whatever it is that you want to talk about. There is no shortage.
Well, you know what it is? What it is, I sound like I'm smart, right? You know what it is? I'm like that nigga. Actually, I'm not actually nigga. Well, actually, well, you know what it is? This is the thing, right? They want their artists that they like to talk about things that they really don't know how to talk about. That's what it is. They want people like 21 Savage, people like Lil Yachty, all of these different rappers to talk about things that mean something in the world, but they don't know how to rap like that. They don't know how to. They might be able to say certain things, but most of their topics are limited. I'm not saying they're stupid. You can be very intelligent, but you just can't convey it in music because it's very hip hop, rap music is very difficult to do. You know what I'm saying? You can rap, but it's difficult to do something and sound good at it. So a lot of times you have people saying, well, y'all talk about the same thing. That's because you listen to the same people and you want them to change. We all want Drake. We all want Drake, but most of us want Drake to do a rap album where it's actually him rapping, but he don't want to do it. He's not going to do it. Maybe because I'm starting to think that he's incapable of doing it. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Of niggas that are rapping about anything that you want to hear about. Literally anything. You want to hear a nigga rapping about systemic injustice? It's a nigga. You want to hear a nigga talking about his own personal struggles and coming through them in a poetic way? You got Navy Blue. There's so many people that you can listen to. And
he's right. He's right. He's right. But they want it from the people they like, and they will never get it.
Where you feel like listening to it, and that's why I say this is the best time to be a hip hop fan. You have access to anything and everything, and you get mad when the guys that are at the top in the algorithm and the entities that are supposed to push the dollar to you give you niggas that are supposed to be listened to for profit. The type of rap these people listen to is music that's supposed to exist in the background, inoffensive, that isn't supposed to, isn't supposed to stir the pot, isn't supposed to move the needle. It's repetition to get you through. It's background. That's all it is. And you're gonna find that type of slop in every genre.
And some people want to listen to those lyrics and they still want to relate in a sense, right? So when every rapper or even pop stars are speaking about their 10 car.
That is such a selfish way to consume music. You want to relate to it. So I mostly want to listen to people that I relate to. I'm not saying music like that doesn't hit you harder.
He took the words right out my mouth. I was about to say the same exact thing. What do you mean? Everybody don't listen to music that they want to relate to. It doesn't work like that. Some people listen, I never had a drink and a smoke in my life. I don't drink or smoke. I never did. Never. I never got high. I never had a drink before. I'll be honest, I never even drunk coffee before. I know I'm telling y'all a lot right now. But the thing is, I listen to nigga rap. I like that type of music, but am I going out drinking, smoking? No, I don't relate to that, but I like it. You know what I'm saying? I like hardcore rap. I do, but I'm not going out doing the things that they say. So no, most people don't want to relate to it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like some people want to relate to, but hip hop to me, let's be honest, hip hop was you're supposed to be having a good time. When you listen to hip hop, you're supposed to be having a good time. It was kind of a spin-off of disco and dance. You know what I'm saying? Some a little bit rock, but it was a good time. That's what hip hop was. It's a good time. You know what I'm saying? And then you added the element of dancing in there, break dancing. It was a good time. The 90s came and the 90s made it hardcore. Made it fuck police and all this stuff. That's what the 90s did. You telling me that you as a female can relate to things that Biggie was saying in some of his songs? Come on now, cut it out. Cut it out. Cut it out.
But to limit yourself in that way is just...
And no, I'm not ragging on Big. I'm sorry. I love Big. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. I just use him because it's an extreme example, because I know she ain't taking some of the stuff that he said to heart. You know what I mean?
like reductive of everything that the genre can be to you as a music listener.
I'm not saying that these types of lyrics shouldn't be in these songs. I can't control these people. God forbid if these rappers couldn't talk about how much money they made and their status. What are they gonna talk about? World peace?
Okay, playlist for new rap music that's done drop. Let's see what they talking about.
Playlist for new rap music. This is where y'all getting y'all Rex.
Yeah, this is a great episode, man. This is great, bro. I know I like him. I've been following him for a little bit, but he don't, for some reason, he don't drop as many things, I guess because he be reviewing music. But he's a pretty big YouTuber. But this is great. Where do y'all get y'all relying on playlists to actually consume your music is wild to me. That's wild. If it's not on a playlist you want, it's kind of like playlists are like singles combined onto one list. And it's kind of like a way of advertising to you for you to go and actually listen to the artist. Even if you like an artist, you would rather listen to a playlist to see if they're on there. If they're not on that playlist, then you don't think that the album is good. Well, the album must not be good. It wasn't on the playlist that I was listening to. It's like, I don't know, man. I think some of y'all need people to think for y'all now. I don't know what it is, man.
You're getting your Rex from a Spotify playlist and wondering why you're hearing the same song. These are unserious niggas. My nigga, look at your dreads, gang. Like it's certain shit that like that hurt me.
Oh man, this is hilarious. This is great. I love it.
Sometimes that make me mad, but like you can't say certain shit to me, and I know like the width in the way the square root of each lock is just not. You know what you did.
So if you're not familiar with Megan Thee Stallion, she has become one of the biggest female rappers of this time. So when she released her new song, Lover Girl, I'm pretty sure some people were expecting one thing, but a lot of people were expecting something different.
We know that you have good poom poom. We know that your is bodacious and to die for. Like, we get it. We know, Megan. Please talk about something else.
I'm at a point where I can, of course, criticize Megan Thee Stallion for making a record like this. The song that it references, I feel like is way too, sensual for me to look at in the same way that Megan Thee Stallion repurposes the sample. So I'm not in love with the song or anything like that. But I just feel...
You know, it's crazy. I never even heard the song. I never heard that song. I never heard it. I never heard it. I'm sorry. I seen Megan Thee Stallion name and I just went past it. And you know the crazy thing is I like one of her albums. I think Megan Thee Stallion, I'll talk about her another time. I don't want to get into that.
I feel it's again my obligation to, if I want, and she's not providing what I would need or what I would request, to go and find the person that will. Given how she's, shown examples of introspectiveness in her music before, talked about her traumas and her past and her life before. Like, I don't need her to drop that in every record for there to be this validity or this check mark next to her name. Like, oh yeah, you're a real artist because I've heard you talk about this thing and this thing. I don't personally care. It don't mean that much to me whether you decide to talk about this or whether you decide to talk about that. It doesn't. But I feel this recent urge to kind of try to make a point out of everything because there's a song that comes out from a rapper that you may have held in high regard, and now the point has to be made about how they're failing as a rapper or hip hop at large for women now isn't where it's supposed to be because Megan Thee Stallion decided that she wanted to talk about her pussy again. People.
Yeah, this is a fact, bro. This is a fact. He cooking, bro. He cooking. This nigga cooking, boy. He cooking, boy. This is a fact. He ain't never lie about that. Y'all be holding y'all hold some of y'all artists at high regard. Yo, it's kind of like how they used to do, let's use Eminem, for example, even though he's not black. I'm gonna use him as an example. In fact, yeah, let's use him him or the top lyricist as it is. Let's just say top lyricist. What I find funny is the fact that a lot of y'all would say, oh, this person, man, I don't know about these bars, blah, 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 blah. Because y'all expect Eminem or whoever, Royce the Five, anybody that's actually good at lyricism, y'all expect them to be perfect. But all of these other rappers, y'all give them a pass. If somebody rap halfway decent, oh, Lil Yachty, he did his thing on that joint with J. Cole, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he was kind of going in. Niggas was telling me that Little Baby was smoking niggas. Little Baby, the Atlanta boy was smoking niggas on track. So yeah, he was cleaning niggas up. Really? That's what they were saying. So I understand what he's saying. Like y'all be expecting some of y'all favorite artists to just switch up. Like it just doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? If they do switch up, they switching up to make more money. You know what I mean?
They're complaining about guys that have literally just been given to you, and you're mad because those aren't the same people that are going to give you the best music you ever heard. And you also are telling me you don't want to look for it. You're also telling me you getting your music from playlist recommendations from a streaming service. We're in an ecosystem where the streaming service that you use will auto-correct to the guy or girl's name that you're typing in, but they will not give you a recommendation for someone you haven't searched or known before. You have to understand the unevenness that you're playing on. That means at that point, if I'm more likely to find a rapper who I'm not looking for when I type in the letter D, does that not mean to you that you have to do more work as a listener if you claim to be a fan of the genre that you're listening to?
That's a fact. I was trying to find Ransom, right, on my listening. I had to go to the songs I downloaded from, because when I typed in R, all of these different artists, these different rappers came up, and some of them had the same name as him. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't lying.
That extent, or you're trying to find somebody to fill that spot?
Rap music today is starting to become more hurtful than impactful, and it's definitely not one-sided. Male rappers set the tone years ago.
We say things that other MCs wish they could say. If Run DMC buddies do crap, they're not gonna say it because the record companies won't let them say it. First of all, you can't be affiliated with but, if it's happening, we're gonna say it.
And it's only getting stronger today. Whether it's...
The clip that you use is an example of an artist who is telling you some shit that's happening outside of the music that he's using as a reference point for the lyric, and you're saying that it is the fault of the rappers are the ones that are poisoning the community.
Casual mentions.
The very clip that you're using is a rapper telling you that I'm rapping about something that happens in real life.
Drill is based on the chaotic nature and frequent incidents of violence in certain neighborhoods on the south side of Chicago, especially in the Woodlawn area, also known as Dro City.
Wow, it's almost like a police officer's like patrolling the area. I wonder why.
Rapper from Woodland, Pac-Man, was the first one to use the word drill for describing
Chicago must have just got dangerous after the first drill song was made. Nothing happened in Chicago before the first drill.
Yo, bro, he's spitting facts, yo. Yo, I'm telling you, a lot of y'all just hypocrites, bro. He's spitting facts right now. Like, y'all, listen, bro. Let me explain something to y'all, right? A lot of this shit been going on, bro. And some of these rappers they're just poets of with real life. They're just like art imitate life. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Some of these rappers, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But for her to say what she said, it's wild. You know what I'm saying? And I know she deliberately used that clip out of context because that's not what he was saying. But she deliberately used that clip out of context. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I don't know if he cut this up because I'll have to watch her video, but they're using this clip out of context too, basically saying like, well, this is what rap music represents. Okay, yeah, rap music represents that, but Ozzy Osbourne bit off a bat head on stage. Do heavy metal or rock music represent that? Do they represent that? At least that's not what I heard. I know people say it's devil worshiping, but people say that hip hop artists worship the devil too. So who knows?
song was made. Facts.
People used to rap to tell their stories, and today they still do. The only difference now is that there's marketing behind it. There's a label that's trying to push something. It's almost like there's an agenda being pushed to the community.
Holy shit.
Wait, what? Yo, that's been going on. What are you talking about? This is crazy. This is crazy, yo. What are you talking about? Oh my God, bro. This is insane, bro. This is insane. Yeah, she fell off the wagon. I don't know. I'm gonna tell you right now, she looked pretty young. A lot of times these young people, let's be honest, right? History is trying to be rewritten about hip hop. A lot of these young people, they do their research, but if you're getting your research from websites who are particularly biased towards a certain thing or pushing a certain ideology, you're going to look at that and say, oh, well, this is what it represents, when that's probably not what it represents. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's crazy.
Talking about it's labels being exploitive and just taking from a crop of people that they don't interact with and looking at somebody they can make money off of. That is quite literally it. And those stories do not go back to black people. Yes, these artists have black fans, but you know their core demographic is white folks. They sell the music to white people. It gets filtered to white listeners. Like there's a nigga that turned into King Von 2.0 because he heard King Von. Like the nigga didn't become the second, coming of him because he just happened to live in the underbelly of Chicago. I don't understand.
Children. We already know how easily influenced kids are, especially when something is trendy, catchy, and cool.
Oh my God. I don't understand what this is supposed to be. I truly do not. You went out of your way to find an example of a little black boy with money in his pocket, doing a money spread and dressed like a YN. That's what you did. Do y'all know how many photos I have of myself like this?
Listen, he's absolutely right. The propaganda is being pushed by us as well. He's absolutely right. You're trying to say that hip hop music is influencing these kids to do this, right? Which is crazy to me because last time I checked, there are hip hop artists that don't do stuff like this, that are actually bigger than the hip hop artists that you are talking about. And on top of that, when you say pushing this ideology or profiting off of us, okay, well, all music from all over the world is being profited. It's not just black people. Let's be honest here. Like, well, I don't understand why y'all think that we're just exclusively being extorted. If we're being extorted, every nationality is being extorted. I would go as far as saying Latin America, Latin music or Latin reggaeton is probably the biggest genre right now. Are they being exploited? Like, what are we talking about here? I'm telling you, they only put this on hip hop. They only put this on hip hop. Like, they really do. And it's sad to see. Not gonna lie. But again, back to his point, they're taking from us. We don't even buy our music like that. We don't buy our music like that. It's actually other ethnicities that buy our music more than we do. Let's be honest. That's why when you seen Kendrick in concert and you seen him over there in the UK and him over there in Australia and you seen Hot Olympic, you're like, damn, I'm jealous. They was more lit than we was. It is what it is.
When I was 6 and 7 years old, I got videos of me throwing gang signs up with my dad, doing money spreads with my brother. Did I turn into King Von? It wasn't because I was listening to a rap song. And you could, like I said, you could quite literally just find the equivalent of this, the equivalent to this with a little black girl. This is how you choose to present the black boy, and this is how you choose to present the white girl. And then the remainder of the black videos are just this.
GTA.
It almost seems
What's wrong with this? Did y'all not sing with y'all friends when y'all was in school?
is shaping how these kids act and speak and how they want to be seen.
They're trying to find a way like so hard to aid in this death of hip hop narrative. It was pure back then, but it's dirty now, and because it's dirty now, it's having a ripple effect, and it's been having a ripple effect on the way that every black person or a lot of black people behave as opposed to conditions of their environment before they even listen to the rap song. Like
I'll be honest with y'all, the 90s was the most dirtiest part of hip hop. Let's be clear here. The 90s was the dirtiest part of hip hop. The 90s had the most things going on. Right now, these drill artists they're not big artists. They're not big artists. If you say, oh, these drill artists they're pushing the propaganda with these drill artists, well, who's making the music? How about they stop making the music? How about their parents, with some of these drill artists is 16, 17, 18 years old, how about their parents step up and say, you can't make music like this, or no, we're not going to allow you to make music like this? How come we actually promote it? How come we are part of it? Why we just don't say, no, we're not feeling that. Nah, you can't be talking about this. Everybody else gets blamed, but we don't ever want to take accountability for some of these things. We should. But the 90s was dirty. A lot of them dudes rapped about certain things. Now, I would say now people actually, wank all of them, but some of them, not all, not even a good portion of rappers actually do what they say. Rap always been sensationalized. A lot of these artists has never did what they say they was doing. Let's just be honest here. But I understand exactly what he's saying. And she's using this to try to make a point that, well, yeah, hip hop is actually dead because look what happened in the last 5 years. What happened in the last 5 years? And the artists that you're using, they don't have no accolades. That's another thing that a lot of y'all are not actually paying attention to. Like, what are we talking about here? I would love to debate her on this.
Videos that I'm being shown here are of purposefully found videos of black kids speaking maybe profanity or doing something that you might not be a big fan of. Like, they're purposefully sought out videos like this to try to prove this point.
Yeah, I'm on that money shit. If I hear him talking shit, then I will pull up with a mix.
Because why are we on that money at the age of what looks like 11?
We prioritize money over anything, over everything. American culture is capitalistic, and you're asking why he's on that money shit at 7. He just had a government shutdown for 45 fucking days damn near because they don't want to give niggas SNAP benefits. That was a consequence, my fault. You would think that because people weren't able to get their SNAP benefits, that would have motivated them to come to this conclusion that everybody needs the healthcare equally, but that didn't move the needle. You're right, my bad. I misquoted the whole situation. This is the same issue I had with people that did the whole Charlie Kirk thing. Every nigga that you saw talking about, nah, this is wrong, y'all dead wrong for laughing, you shouldn't be talking about somebody who's deceased like that. They didn't say a fucking word during the press tour that this nigga had when he was alive, talking about black people are this, gang violence is this, trans people are this. You're not around to have a discussion when the damage is being done, but you want to police niggas or people in general when they have a reaction to some of the opposition or some of the pressure being let up off of their neck. In the same way that you see something like this, you're asking why a kid born in America in 2000 whatever the fuck, one of the richest countries in the world, is prioritizing money, and then you're talking about his behavior as a boy as opposed to why are we so capitalistic? Why do we prioritize money over our citizens? Why in this country when we...
Because that's an easy argument for some people. They can't make the capitalistic argument. Like, they can't. And I know me and him would disagree on that. I know we would. I know we will disagree. I'm not into socialism at all. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I am capitalistic, yes. 100%. And I'll stand on that to the day I die. I'm not into socialist or fascism. I'm not into that. The reason why, and I'll give us a quick summary. The reason why is because the opportunities you have as a capitalist, if you can actually do that. When you're part of socialism, you can't do that. You can't. When you're part of social programs where they just give everybody equally everything, everybody's different. Some people have more ambitions than other people. Everybody don't deserve to have to equal everything. And this goes for white people, black people. It doesn't matter who you are. Everybody doesn't deserve to have everything at all times. I'm just sorry. That's what it is. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you worked for 40 hours and somebody worked for 10 hours and they should get the same pay as you because that's what it is, then more power to you. Hey. But trust me,
have access to so much. Do we not care about people dying when we could give them access to free healthcare or whatever the fuck? We could do literally anything. They're not around to talk when the bad is happening, but they want to police what people do in response. It's always looking for the apple and not the tree.
Because no one.
Well, I want to say this too about the free. There can never be free healthcare. There can never be free healthcare because of the stronghold that the pharmaceutical companies have on America. There could never be free healthcare. I just want to put that out there. Could never be free healthcare. It's always going to be some way that they're going to get paid. Trust me. And if you talking about what happens is, and I'm not advocating for them. I actually don't like them. I'm just telling y'all what it is. If you have free healthcare, the quality of things will go down. Not to say that the quality is great now, but it would go down tremendously. You understand what I'm saying? It will go down tremendously. And now a lot of these doctors, these different pharmaceutical companies that create these drugs, they're going to give you something that may work or may not work. And it's going to be a lot of experimental drugs. It's just a lot. Let's just say that. But you can push for something where you can have some type of resolution, but the taxpayer will always pay the healthcare in this country. The taxpayer, the middle class, will always pay for everything. Just understand that. That's just the bottom line. We get screwed over. If you're part of the middle class, maybe you are upper middle class or lower middle class, you ain't on the poverty line or whatever. Trust and believe you're getting screwed royally, like we all are. So, hey, it is what it is.
Sees a problem with this, but this is what
we doing it again. We got RT, Lil RT. How many boys do you know like this? I've never seen a little boy like Lil RT. Stop making this anomaly the standard.
Yes, this is what people like this female does. This is what they do. Right. And it's just not females. I mean, let's be clear here. I'm not saying females like all girls do this. No, I'm saying this is what people like her do. They make anomalies the standard and say, this is what we're doing. No, that's not what we're doing. No, we're not. We're not doing what he does. No, he's one person. You don't see a bunch of little boys online with guns rapping. You don't see this. This is once probably two times in the whole United States. This is not a thing where everybody turn on the TV. You see this little nigga on there with guns and 10 niggas behind them with guns, little niggas. No, what are we talking about? This is not a standard. This is just something that it's a blip in the system. That's what this is. It's not a standard. No.
It's just a million of these little motherfuckers running around. They're not. I stopped listening to rap like in my headphones. The announcement for shit like. So what are you? Okay, boom. That's actually great. What are you listening to as a response? Like, what is now your genre of choice since you stopped listening to rap? They will not tell you.
Today makes 113 days that I have not listened to no rap, trap, or R&B. And honestly, it has been so.
You just grouped R&B in the same cat. Bro, weird. Like, okay, you want to do a rap cleanse? Do a rap cleanse. You want to do a hip hop cleanse? Do a hip hop cleanse. What the fuck I got to do with R&B? Do you see how these things just get grouped into one another?
This is great.
Like, we could just mention R&B in the same vein just because black.
This is coming from the biggest Moneybagg Yo, 21, Drake, I mean, you name it. I used to love it. When I stopped listening to it, call me weird, but I feel like my values of myself.
I got a white girl talking to me about how big of a fucking Moneybagg Yo fan she is. With the caption, why most rap music is actually terrible.
Yeah, you know what it is too? People don't, I'm explaining it to y'all. Matter of fact, you know what? Let's just end it here because there's really not too much more to go. If you want to watch the rest of it, go on his channel and watch the rest. But this has been a long episode, actually. This is pretty long, I ain't gonna lie. Damn, that joint is like an hour. Shout out to me for holding the conversation for an hour. That's crazy. But you know what it is with a lot of these people, and I'm gonna explain this real quick before we get out of here. They don't listen for experience. They listen to how to make them feel. They don't listen for an experience. When you listen to Moneybagg Yo, let's say I say a lot of white girls like 21 Savage, right? They like Moneybagg Yo, but they don't know what they're talking about half the time. It's just it's not for the experience. It's just for how they like how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I seen a video, a bunch of white girls, they were rapping the songs and they were saying nigga too. It's crazy. They were saying, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, it right on camera. Because that's just how they feel. It's a feel for them. It's not actually an experience. Niggas listen to rap people like 21 Savage. They listen to for like a feel. It's a feel. You know what I'm saying? They get a feel. I mean, it's emotional connection. They have an experience. They don't have this girl here, the girl here. It's just they just feel like they like it. Like get. That's them. You know what I'm saying? But it's not what it really is. So, but either way, man, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all on the next one. I know this was a long one, but this was actually a pretty good episode. Yeah, I know y'all like, damn, this nigga be talking long. But hey, man, it is what it is. I like doing these long episodes. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But I'll see y'all on the next one. I'm out of here. Peace. Bye.